can make the law of harvest work for you or against you, but it doesn't happen fast. It happens slowly. And you have to reap in a different season. You don't reap that harvest immediately. You reap it over time. You sow in one season, you always harvest in another. And you just keep waiting. So what do you do while you're waiting on God and you're going slow and you're waiting God for some of these seeds you've been planting to harvest? Well, you just keep on sowing seed. Here's what the next verse says. Ecclesiastes 11:6. Oh, first here. Give me the first one. Ecclesiastes 3:1-5 says, there's a time for everything and a season for every activity under heaven. A time to plant and a time to harvest. There is a time to scatter and there's a time to gather. And in that in-between time, what do? You go slow and you keep planting. Here's what the next verse says. Keep on sowing your seed, for you never know which ones will grow. Perhaps they all will. It's kind of like getting your resume out. You get it out to one place, you've only planted one seed. You get your resume out to 100 places, there's seeds have been planted in 100 sites. And you will reap according to what you sow. Now, I realize that some of you have been waiting for some time for the harvest in your life. And you go, I'm waiting for the harvest. Let me give you a verse to encourage you. The Bible says this in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. God says, at the time I have decided, my words will come true. You can trust what I say about the future. It may take a long time, but keep on waiting. It will happen. That's a good verse you might want to cut out and put on your refrigerator or put it on the visor in your car. God says, at the right time, it will come true. It may take a while, but keep waiting. It will happen. It goes slow. I want to end with a verse that's actually a prayer of Solomon from the Bible in the book of 1 Kings. It says this. I love it, the Message paraphrase. 1 Kings 8:58. May God keep us centered and devoted to him, following the life path he has cleared, watching the signpost, and walking at the pace and rhythm he laid down for our ancestors. Isn't that beautiful? Let me read it again. May God keep us centered, not sidelined, centered, not distracted, centered, and devoted to him, following the life path he has cleared, watching the signposts. Now, you can't see the signposts if you're going too fast. And walking, not running, at the pace and rhythms he laid down for our ancestors. Now, before we end, I want to go back to that issue of some of you have not stepped across the line. I don't want you to end this year not being in the family. So let me give you two last verses.